Start off in Charlotte, North Carolina. Chris, you're on with myself and Mike Piazza. How are you?
Hey, Eddie and Mike, how are you guys doing, man?
Chris, how are you, sir?
Real good, brother.
Can you hear us okay? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, man.
So the audio end is okay once we get you on. Okay.
Cool, brother.
What's up, man? You went to the Van Halen shows?
Yeah, I went to both shows in Charlotte and Greensboro, man. Charlotte's my hometown, and it was great. After 20-plus years, I was there in the 80s when saw, David Lee Roth play with Van Halen on the 84 tour, and it was just like they picked right back up where they left off, man. It was true fucking Van Halen rock and roll, man. It was straightforward. There was no talking, hardly any talking at all, from the guys up on stage. It was just smiles and, pure Van Halen from 78 to 84, man. It was awesome.
All right, here's an important question, Chris. Did you see Van Halen with Roth the first time around?
I did. I literally saw the last show in Charlotte in February 1984. So I have seen him with Hagar many times, with Gary Sharon several times, and with Roth. And I could say after seeing all of it, it's just they're right back to where they started from, man. It's excellent.
Wow.
And I had a chance to see David Lee Roth after.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just going to say, I saw on Eddie, you were telling me about those YouTube rehearsals.
Right.
And I saw a few of those clips, and the one thing, even though it was rehearsals, so they were just kind of trying to get the set together, but at the end of the day, we made a great comment where this is really the first time I've heard David Lee Roth, singing, you know what I mean, where he's actually taking the singing, part of it, and he's more melodic than the old tours where you look at the old Unchained video where he's just like, oh, we love you people, man. He's just walking around and
he's trying. He's trying harder. He's been trying harder ever since he toured solo. He's better.
Did you see that at the show?
Yeah, Well, here's two questions for you, Chris. How was Roth vocally? Was he better than what you remember in the '80s? Because that's not really hard to do because he was whacked out in the '80s. And the other question is, the biggest question to me is, what about Eddie's kid? How did he do?
Hey, I'll gladly answer both. Roth was better because he wasn't drunk and he wasn't on drugs or anything.
Right.
I actually had a chance to meet him after the show. We went back to his hotel where they were staying, and he was literally standing there for about 30, 45 minutes, signing autographs, asking the fans, what did you think of the show? And he said to us there, he said, flood the internet. That's the best way to get this promoted. And he was very humble, very calm. And I think my impression of it was he gave most of the stage to Eddie. And then to answer your question about Wolfgang, I'll say it right here to everybody listening. Wolfie held his own. He's not Michael Anthony. They didn't promote it as Michael Anthony. But Wolfie did not make one fucking mistake. I'm a guitar player. I know all the songs. I'm a real Van Halen fan. And I felt so happy for him. And he was just, you could tell that he was just nervous as shit getting up there. But as soon as he got after the first song and he did the first thundering thump of, Running with the Devil, I think he held his own. He walked around the S part of the stage. He was high-fiving fans, throwing picks out. And then his dad came over and gave him a hug and a kiss, and it was emotional. It was that and more.
What about the backing vocals, Chris?
Oh, it was awesome. Honestly, I didn't miss Michael Anthony, and I love him. I have nothing against him. I'm one of these guys that is a true Halen fan where I'm not going to knock anybody that's been in or out of the band. I appreciate all the eras, but my heart's with the Dave era. Sammy carried it for the years that he did. I was on the Hagar cruise and had the privilege of it. But you know what? As fans, folks, what we get to see is we get to see everything now, except Gary Sharon. We get to see it all.
Right.
We get to see Mikey with Sammy. We get to see Dave with Eddie. Wolfie will grow and mature as he does. And when you go see the show, I hope that you'll feel the same just fuel. I want to go. I wish I would be in Philly tonight. I was going to get on my car and just go.
Did he do any Hagar songs?
No,
none.
There's no way he's going to try to tackle that. What are you, crazy? And get
the
high! Can you imagine that?
When we stood at the hotel, the only thing that was funny when we stood at the hotel, some lady handed him a picture and said, would you sign this? And he said, hey, this looks like a summons from Sammy Hagar wanting his job back.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Chris, I got a million calls here. Thanks for all the info. It's a great call.
Chris,
I appreciate
God bless.
it, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, God bless you guys. Thanks for rocking, man.
All right, Chris. Take care. Thank you.